Welcome back to the Apple Addiction YouTube channel. Apple has big plans for this year, and we don't just mean the iPhone 13. It reportedly has a new iPad mini in the pipeline too. Bloomberg is calling the iPad mini 6 the biggest redesign in the device's 9-year history. Apple used to update its iPad mini more regularly, but 2019's update was the first we saw in 4 years, and it hasn't seen a design shift in a lot longer. So, when could we see the 6th generation small-form iPad? We've no idea, but it probably won't be for a while. If the thing was ready to go, Apple would have announced it at the event. So in this video, we are going to discuss iPad mini 6, the best iPad of all time. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Now, the iPad Pro model this year in 2021 has stunned us with their performance on an M1 chip, and also the 12.9-inch model stunned us even more with a new mini LED XDR display. The new iPad mini is looking to borrow some of those iPad Pro features, and also borrow the iPad Pro and iPad Air design for 2021. But we cannot wait to see. We will even get a bigger screen as well, compared to the current iPad mini. The first report has come from Digitimes, who has said the new iPad mini will get the XDR mini LED display that we currently got on the iPad Pro 12.9-inch model. They are claiming that this screen is coming to the iPad mini this year in 2021. That sounds really exciting. However, another report has come through very soon after this one from Digitime from Russ Young, who has confirmed the new iPad mini 2021 will only get an LCD display this time around. So, it's looking like we will have to wait a little bit longer to get a mini LED display. This could be the case, as recently, another report claimed that the iPad Pro 11-inch model in 2022 will actually be getting an upgrade to this mini LED display. This seems more logical for Apple to upgrade all the iPad Pro models with this tech first, before focusing on their other iPads, like the iPad Air and even the iPad mini. Perhaps the most exciting rumor we've heard so far is that the iPad mini could come in a new, slightly larger size. For reference, the current Mini 5 features a 7.9-inch display. Ming-Chi Kuo, via Mac Rumors, predicts that the display size will be either 8.5 or 9 inches. An 8.4-inch display has been more recently suggested by Mac Otakara, via Mac Rumors. According to sources, the design will be similar to the iPad Air 3 and will include a Touch ID home button and Lightning port. However, Mark Gurman at Bloomberg has said that the updated iPad mini will have narrower display borders, like the iPad Air and Pro, and that a version without the home button has been tested. So let's talk next when we get our hands on the new iPad mini. Well, the good news is we are very likely to see a new iPad mini before the end of the year, and most likely at the end of summer, on one of Apple's new virtual events. We expect by following the history of previous iPad releases that do not happen in the first half of the year. The other iPad releases generally are released at the end of September or the beginning of October time. This echoes a March 2021 report from Korean site Naver that indicated that the iPad mini was currently in the design P2 stage, beyond the R&D stage in the planning stage, and seems to be moving to the DVT P3 stage sooner or later. Based on that development schedule, Naver concluded that the iPad mini Pro model will be released in the second half of the year. This seems to complement Apple leaker Sonny Dickinson's claims to have obtained iPad mini dummies in April, another indication that a launch could be imminent. Dixon posted photos of dummy iPad units on Twitter, refreshed iPad Pros and iPad mini dummies, triple camera array on the Pros, central camera up top on iPad mini, slightly thicker, hard to tell, and different in screen size. According to some other rumors, the iPad mini 6th generation before the iPad mini Pro, it will feature a 7.9-inch LCD Retina display, and this is basically the same display that we have seen in previous iPad mini for the last few generations. It will have a resolution of 2048 by 1536, and it will be a 60Hz refresh rate display. Since Apple has increased the display sizes of its iPads in the past by simply slimming down the bezel, we expect the Mini 6 to more closely resemble the latest iPad Pros, allowing the tablet to retain the compact dimensions with a bigger, more spacious screen. According to John Prosser, writing on Front Page Tech, the new iPad mini will look very much like a shrunken version of iPad Air 4, complete with the same overall design, Touch ID-enabled power button, and USB-C port. Gold, gray, and silver versions will be available, and, according to Prosser, will measure 206.3 by 137.8 by 6.1 millimeters. Like the report from Mark Gurman, these renders also show the lack of a home button. There will be options of 64 and 256 GB storage options to pick with this iPad mini. Inside, it's likely going to be upgraded with the A15 Bionic with 5G connectivity inside. These are the two big changes for the iPad mini 6. According to 9to5Mac, the new iPad mini has the codename J310, which will be equipped with the same powerful and brand new A15 processor chipset to appear in the iPhone 13, due to be released around the same time. This would be an unusual move, because it would make the iPad mini more powerful than the latest iPad Air. It would also make the new tablet quicker than the basic iPad, which features the A12. The new iPad Pros in 2020 have a LiDAR scanner, and it's rumored the iPhone 12 will too. This is used for HR, which Apple has been making a push towards in the last few years. But AR is not exactly for everyone. We'd like to see the iPad mini 6 ships with no LiDAR scanner. Not everyone wants or cares about AR, and many might feel annoyed if Apple tries to push it on us all. If there was no LiDAR scanner on the new iPad mini, the price could well be a little lower, and most buyers will likely prefer a low price over a potentially useless scanner. We suspect the compatibility with the wonderful second-gen Apple Pencil could arrive in this generation, as it arrived on the iPad Air back in September 2020. It's likely that the iPad mini will continue to be just compatible with Bluetooth keyboards, unless Apple designs a smart keyboard folio specifically for the smaller device. Unlikely, we think, due to a smaller size keyboard being hard to type on. There also will be 4 GB of RAM inside it, and at the same time as well, the body will be made out of that same aluminum body, as the design hasn't changed really at all. If the mini loses the home button, it is likely that Touch ID will be moved to the side button, as in the case of the iPad Air. It's certainly unlikely that the iPad mini will gain Face ID when the iPad Air didn't. In fact, there remains some doubts about Face ID on iPad, because tablets aren't picked up as much as smartphones. On the larger iPad Pro in particular, you often have to lean forward over the desk to get your mug in the camera's viewfinder. But that'll be far less an issue with the light, portable iPad mini. There'll also be a single camera rear and also a standard selfie camera on the front as well. The battery size will also be unchanged at 5,124 mAh. This year's model promises more improvements than ever, but we don't think Apple will bump up the price. That would not be a good look, especially during a pandemic that has wreaked havoc with people's health and livelihoods. The price for the 64GB model is expected at $399 US, and then for the 256GB model, it was started at $549 US. As you can see, the price has crept up over the years, as processors have gotten faster and screen resolutions higher. The iPad mini 5 could well stick around with a new, lower price to tempt those either unable or unwilling to spend big bucks on a small tablet. Let's hope so. What is your opinion about the new iPad mini? Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.